Okay, so I've wasted the past 6 months, the past 198 days as of this recording. So on average, a conservative estimate of how long people live is until 70, right? So if we do the math, that's 25,567 and a half days. I've wasted 1% of my life, not counting the years before I started to actually start losing weight to actually do something with my life. So that's nearly 1% of my life wasted, right? So it doesn't seem like much, but that's the difference between investing in Tesla March 2013 and investing in it September 2013. So I have two graphs here. So March 2013, right? If you invest for 6 months, that was a 430% increase. In September, it was only a 50% increase, right? You might be wondering, this is kind of like unrelated to the topic, but both of these examples are the exact same investment period. Let's say whatever exact same investment amount. But the difference was how early the start was and how early the smallest achievement was done. So this is a lesson that I learned the hard way. So be wise and just learn from my mistakes the easy way. So I'm Amon, to help people with mental and physical health reframes with reframes like these. And here's today's reframe. So a little bit about my experience trying to learn this lesson. So last year I had a lot happening, and that was probably the best year of my life, right? But this year I started YouTube. I learned a little bit about computer science, reverse engineering, things like that. But that's it. Just I started YouTube and I learned a little bit of computer science. Just two things, but they don't have any achievement with that. It's just like things I did. It's like the BS things you do over summer, and you brag about that to your friends, like, hey, I did this, right? But like it doesn't really mean much, especially compared to my goals. But last year I lost the final 30 pounds of my weight. That got me down to a pretty decent size, allowing me to wear medium. I met the biggest wrestler in India. I got on his YouTube channel and I would have done an interview, but I just didn't have enough time. But I could probably go back now and do that. And I learned a lot about sales and marketing, and I actually made some money online. I had a business. I made offers, cold calling, all of that. But this year, nothing. So ultimately, I think it came down to community, but if community wasn't a factor, it came down to the smallest achievement possible. This is the thing that I started my weight loss journey with. This is the thing that I started my marketing with, my, trying to make money online. Everything is started with the smallest achievement possible. So here's the lesson, right? There's an opportunity cost to not achieving goals, right? So here's the way that I'm looking at it now. So I didn't achieve much this year, which means that I have less of an exponential effect, right? So there's this guy, Daniel Bitten, right? He's like 17 or 18 now, and he's making like many millions per year. That's a lot of money. And right now I'm the same age as him, in a similar situation as him. And guess what? So it paid off for him, but he's been doing it for like 5-6 years, right? All the way since he was like 11, 12. That's when he said he started trying to make money online. Me, I started trying last year. And, so obviously I'm comparing myself a little bit too hard. I'm comparing myself to someone with almost a decade of experience compared to me with 1 year. But this is the learning lesson, right? The achievement. So because I don't have any big achievement this year, at least thus far, I'm not going to get that exponential effect. So it's going to take a lot longer to catch up to people like that. And two, there's going to be very little of a positive feedback loop. So you start to get into a nihilistic mindset, why does this all matter? We're going to die either way. What does this work do? It doesn't actually mean anything. I'm not getting anything out of it. So you start thinking those kind of thoughts. So this positive feedback loop is kind of crucial to achieve anything. This is why identity shifts work. This is why babying yourself into small little steps until you actually do something. That's why that works, right? And you end up portraying yourself as the kind of person who actually can achieve your goal, and you recall previous events that support that knowledge and that identity of yourself. And again, that's the smallest possible achievement, right? Those small achievements from before, they support who you think you are now, which will actually get you to where you want to be later. Or in simple words, gaslighting yourself. So why does achievement help with getting you towards your goals? As I said, a positive feedback loop. You get a chance to network, right? So people will start thinking hey, isn't that this guy who achieved X, right? Even people who, international students who come here, they recognize me from that video with the, most famous wrestler in India. So, but I haven't had anything like that happen this year because I haven't been working as hard, right? But as soon as you get a small achievement, you start focusing in on that, right? But if you don't actually have an achievement, then you start focusing on random things. So example for me, I've been focusing on random tech things that don't actually get me towards my goals. I'm focusing on everything instead of only one domain, which means that I'm kind of a 6 or 7 out of 10 on everything instead of a 10 out of 10 on one thing, which isn't the way that you should be going about it. Because as soon as you become the best in the field at one thing, that's kind of what will propel you further and further. But I found a lot of things, but I haven't focused on one thing, which is why like as soon as I get a small possible achievement, that's what I'm gonna focus in on this year, because there's not much time left in the year. There's not much time left until, there's deadlines coming. So honestly, everyone knows that you gotta just focus and do the work, right? Do one thing. But I haven't been following that advice for the past year so far. So this is a change that I need to make, and that's something that I learned the hard way. So hopefully you realize that there's actually some change that you need to make now, and the smallest possible achievement. So once you hit that small achievement, you just keep on going ahead. Like, I guess the smallest possible achievement from a year ago was losing weight. I lost like 30 pounds, right? But even before that, right, what I started off with was a small trick. I implemented that trick. I lost 5 pounds that week, right? I kept it the same. I lost more weight, right? Kept it the same. I lost more weight. And then I hit a plateau. Then I found a new trick, and then boom, we go down again in weight. So like now I can confidently say like I can basically help anyone lose weight no matter what, unless you have like a genetic thing that like blocks your leptin signal or like increases your ghrelin signal. It's like these like biological things that we can't really fix unless you take medicine. But I guess this is just focusing, right? So like, what should you do? So understand that wasting time on small things that don't actually get you an achievement sometime soon, realize that that's like a waste of time. It's not going to get you towards your goals, right? So like, obviously follow your passions and stuff like that. Most times when you follow a passion, you become good at it. If you're good at it, you're the best in the field. If you're best in the field, you can make that business in some way, some form, and you can obviously just like make a lot of money that way and become free however you want. So that's kind of a double-edged sword from what I've learned this past year to date. So you want to follow your passions, what you want to do, but then if what you want to do doesn't get you towards your goals, right? Then you kind of gotta like have enough discipline to realize that like that's probably something that you shouldn't be doing. There's another passion out there that's for you that will get you towards your goal, and once you focus in on that, you're gonna love it, and that's what you love. And if you love that and other people are trying to compete with you and they don't love it, then guess who wins? You. And another thing that you should probably do is find the smallest achievement possible that you can do. So if you've never done like X thing before, just do it right now. If you've wanted to become a YouTuber for a long time, you've been planning out, like, okay, this is probably what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna like do this video, then this video, just like throw it all out the window. Just do it right now. Record a small YouTube video, like an intro video, like, hey guys, this is my channel. It's like whatever, right? Record that, upload it to YouTube, and boom, the first step is broken. First achievement done. Let's say you get 0 views. Okay, keep on trying again and again until you hit that first achievement, right? Because you probably know that YouTube is a pretty decent business, right? Basically, everyone that you watch on YouTube, they're making some sort of money from it, right? That's the only reason that you're watching them. Even for the small creators, they're hoping for that to happen. Once they hit that small achievement of like a viral video or something like that, then that's like a positive feedback loop, as I said. And once you hit that small achievement, then you get into bigger and bigger achievements. So yeah, that's basically all I've learned this past year to date, the past 6 months since the new year. I learned it the pretty hard way, right? So another last tip is don't take breaks ever, right? If you're going on vacation, right? Sure, stay disciplined, right? That's one of the biggest downfalls I had this year so far. So yeah, that's like the recap. And if you're looking to lose weight, you stumble upon this channel, right? I have a link in the description. It's like a free call with me. This is like 30 to 45 minutes, like however long you want it to be, really. But this is like a small call. If you are wanting to lose weight, nothing else has worked, right? Maybe you're like Indian, you're Punjabi, something like that. You have all these cultural foods that you want to continue to eat, but you don't want to gain weight, or you want to actually lose a lot of weight, which is probably why you're here, or probably why you're interested. Then yeah, just click on that link down in the description. That's basically who I help. I help like Indian, Punjabi, Southeast Asian, right? All those kinds of people. I help them continue to eat their cultural food, and I also show them the ways that they can continue to lose weight. I went from 250 pounds down to about 180 by continuing to eat the exact same food that I eat at home. Nothing changed. Only after that, I decided to start working out, start doing this small thing, that small thing. Only after that did I actually change anything. So if you're interested, click that link in the description. But if not, then just leave a comment down below on what you've achieved this year to date since January 1st, 2024. I'm always interested to hear that. But remember, this is what hard feels like.